We're going to welcome in our friends Alan and Margaret Cooper from Lake Country Home Inspections. I don't know if these guys remember. Hi.
Good morning.
Nice and close. You guys were here when I did my first Property Source show. My first one. Well. You guys were the guests. I was just sort of getting my feet wet on this. You remember that, Pat?
I remember well, yep.
And I was, what am I getting myself into? But you guys made it so easy, and we're glad you're back.
It was a fun morning. We enjoyed it.
Yeah?
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah? How's everything going with your home inspection business? Everything is business up, I hope?
Business is steady. Always could be busier, but for the most part, we're enjoying the rewards of it. So we're out promoting it as best we can, and hopefully we can keep a go of it.
You've come to the right place today, Property Source Radio. Alex Story here, you heard her talking about home fires and how electrical problems lead to it. That's something that you can give some help on when people use you for home inspections, right?
Oh, yeah. When I do the inspection, I'm looking at any potential problems as far as safety with fires being chimneys or electrical. And there's a lot more out there than you realize. When you start looking at the house a little bit closer, you can certainly see some potential problems, and that's what I'm there for, to help promote it to the customer.
Do you actually do the chimney inspections, Al?
I don't.
Or no?
I don't put a camera down in it or anything like
Okay.
that, which would be another level. What I do is I'll look up and check from the fireplace up, or any way I can, and
Yep.
same way down. And if I see any evidence, then I'd refer them on to a professional.
Okay.
Because we have the whole Santa issue coming up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Has to have a safe
Just
passage.
in case your little boy's listening this morning.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
I had another quick question. Since we saw you almost a year ago, or just about, has anything changed with your business that you want to divulge or let us know about or enlighten us? Just anything we're not aware of, maybe? I don't know.
I've since we've talked last, I've gone to an electronic report, which is a little bit more up to date. I do the inspection the day that I'm there and do a summary with pictures, and then I send out an electronic report the following day.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little more updated, a little bit more,
Expedited, so to speak?
yeah, and easier to read.
Okay.
And it's green.
And it's green,
Yep.
yeah.
Pat's favorite issue.
Right.
And we're also doing 203K HUD inspections now, too. And then Al is considered the consultant. So when our client wants to make repairs to their home, Al acts as almost a clerk of the works, helping them find the contractors and making sure that all the work is done properly for them.
All right, I'm going to ask the big question. What is a 203K HUD inspection?
It's where you buy a property that in many cases you'll want to do some work on it. So what they do is they provide one loan, which is actually the purchase of the house and the renovations. They combine the two loans at the very end, so you end up with one loan, as opposed to having one loan for the actual purchase of the home and one loan for renovations. So you go ahead and you close on the house, and then they have the second portion of the loan is when the renovations is done, and then when that's all completed, they merge the two loans to one.
Does that make sense, Steve?
Yeah, I get
Okay.
that. I get that.
So usually the house is in disarray and needs to get updated at the same time the place is transferred to owner.
That's an added service then. I mean, it's a little bit out of the realm of what you'd consider, home inspections to involve.
Yeah.
It's a good service because it helps the client kind of walk them through the process and keep an eye on things while the job's going on, make sure that the contractors are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they get their money's worth for it.
Alan and Margaret Cooper joining us from Lake Country Home Inspections. How long have you guys been married?
26 years.
Never had a fight, right?
Never.
Never.
Not today.
Not as of 9:30. I'm sorry. But I think the key to a husband and wife working in a business is you both have your own areas of expertise. I mean, you don't jump into her business. She probably doesn't jump into yours yet. Do you know what each other does? You know what I'm saying?
I know when to stay away.
Yeah?
I know what he does, and I don't want any part of that. I'm not going to be going through basements and bugs and things.
You handle all the bookkeeping and all the...
bookkeeping, marketing,
Yeah.
all the web.
Great. Phone number, website. Let's get started here. We get people...
Website, www.lakecountryhomeinspections.com. Phone number 585-727-7119.
And as we speak, we will have a link to Lake Country Home Improvements on our website at propertysourceradio.com. All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the exterior stuff you do in a 100% totally effective home inspection.
When I do the inspection, I look at everything obviously through different eyes than most people would, because I'm looking for any defects I can find. And a home inspection is probably the most thorough inspection you're going to get on your home, other than having qualified contractors come in separately and look at the house. My inspection takes 3 hours, usually around that time, depending on the size of the house. And as far as outside, I look at the quality of the windows, the type of roof that's put on, the type of chimney, any flashings. And it's usually the areas that you can't see from the ground, that the homeowners can't see, is the parts that show up in my report, because everything looks good from the ground, but once I get up near it, you can tell that there's issues. So,
do you do? Do you do? Sorry, Alex, you had a funny look on your face. Scared me.
Sorry.
You scared them.
Do you guys do majority of just for new purchasing inspections, or do you do also independent? If I said I want my house checked because I've been in it for 10 years and I don't know what's going on.
I do all of them. My majority of the inspections are for real estate inspections.
Okay.
But I'm trying to kind of get into the business of doing it prior to sales, and for anybody that has a home and wants to get an idea what their house is all about.
Okay.
So you do have cases where someone may be looking to sell their house and they will initiate the home inspection.
Yeah, because that way they've got a hands-on report to show anybody buying the house, this is what has come up with the house, and some of these repairs could be made before you sell the house.
Does then that legally constitute the home inspection for the buyer?
No.
No.
My client is the person that I do the inspection report for, and then they could use it as far as the homeowner can use it to show that these are the problems that we found and we've taken care of them. But the client, the person buying the house, would have to get their own inspection.
Now, I know you've done about 500 inspections in your life.
More than that.
Wow. Have you ever found the perfect house?
Come pretty close a couple times, but I've got a top 10 that would probably, as far as the other end, that have better stories. So
you want to tell one? You can talk in general. I mean, I can just imagine what some of these houses must be like that really need to be.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what the people are looking at when they're going to buy the house, because it's just, the basements are caved right in, and there's mold from one end to the other. And they see the beauty in some of it that I can't see. And I just try to tell them, that it's a lot of safety items in areas like that. So, and I feel bad for some people, because a lot of areas where they had new roofs put on in these houses, and then they think everything's okay with them, and then when I go to inspect the house, there's some major issues that they can't see.
We are talking with the folks from Lake Country Home Inspections. We're talking with Alan and Margaret Cooper. I want to have you stick around. I want to ask you 2 or 3 things that someone should look out for primarily when they have their home inspected. Something that you can maybe fix yourself, or maybe something that you might not notice you have to have done if you can stick around with us. Take a quick break here at Property Source Radio till 10 o'clock on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.